Welcome to Master the Science of Business, WMSB Radio, where mastering the science of business is our business, because we know it's our time to shine, bringing to you live successful business owners from around the world, sharing best and worst business practices so that you and I can avoid the pitfalls that may lead to failure and benefit from the wisdom of their success. It's our time to shine, y'all. MasterTheScienceOfBusiness.com. Welcome to yet another episode of Master the Science of Business, Mind and Money Matters live show. Oh my God, we are so excited. Our show is packed, action-packed. We're about to get it on in the dojo, y'all. This show is all about defense. And you know, each and every month we bring to you one of the 9 ministries as we represent the Ministry of Trade and Commerce, myself, Brother Jahi, and Sister Sandy, and we are bringing the Ministry of Defense. Now, last week we had Brother Abdul Sharif Muhammad, who is the Southern Region representative of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam. And this week, oh my God, if you've seen the flyer, you know that we have some real serious defenders on the lineup. And I'm going to let Brother Jahi bring them in. But before that, we're going to introduce Brother Jahi. You know, he is Mr. Communicator. He is the CEO and founder of Proper Propaganda Promotions and follow our worldwide seminars and training. He is our very own, as Sister Sandy calls him, logo file, which means the lover of words. And he is going to bring to us the follow worldwide word on the block. Brother Jahi.
Assalamu alaikum, business scientists. How am I coming through, Sister Shireen?
You are coming through just fine, Brother Jahi.
All praise is due to Allah. Thank you all, business scientists, for your patience. You know, this weather here in Atlanta is kind of atrocious this evening. So we had a little delay, but by Allah's grace, we're all here together. You know, with this segment, what I want you to do, first of all, though, hit that share button. If you're watching this via Facebook Live, hit the share button and let others know what's about to go down. As Sister Shireen mentioned, this is the month that we showcase the Ministry of Defense. And of course, there are various aspects of defense. Tonight, we're going to talk about your personal defense. So you want to gather everybody that you know, let them know what's about to go down. You're going to get some valuable information, as I sent out in the blast today that most people saw. I called the first law of nature is self-preservation. So you're going to learn some self-defense techniques this evening. But before we get to that, you know, with the Falal Worldwide Word on the Block segment, we always start out with the latest issue of the Final Call newspaper. This issue is volume 38, number 10. It has climate change and a change of worlds. You want to get this issue. There are some dynamic articles in it. I want to point you to one of my favorite articles in this particular issue. It is on page 23 in the Final Call. This issue of the Final Call newspaper. It's an article entitled Dershowitz Showdown, Memo number 2, written by Brother Jackie Muhammad, who is a member of the research of the Nation of Islam's research team. And he lays out some points you have never heard anyone outside of the followers of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan challenge the devils and Satan like those of us who have been taught the truth. You're talking about defense. You definitely want to read that particular article in addition to other valuable information that is inside the Final Call newspaper. For those of you who you like the digital aspect, that's not a problem. You can go to finalcalldigital.com, finalcalldigital.com. If you're here in the Atlanta area and you want to go weekly and pick up a copy of your Final Call newspaper, you have Blue Seas Express on Joseph Boone Boulevard, where you can pick up your copy of the Final Call. You have Cafe Ulu at 2036 Sylvan Road in Southwest Atlanta, where you can pick up your copy of the Final Call newspaper. If you're on the east side of Atlanta, you can go to Black Dot Cultural Center and Bookstore on Main Street in downtown Lithonia and get your copy of the Final Call newspaper. Or you can see the plethora of my brothers out in various communities and various meetings that will have the latest issue of the Final Call newspaper on them. So there is no excuse for you not to keep abreast of the latest information to help save all of us. Number two, we know this is still the first of the month. This is the 10th of December. So I need all of you all that are listening to go to economicblueprint.org. Economicblueprint.org. Make your 5 cents a day contribution. $1.40 a month, or $18.20 a year contribution. If 16 million of us did that, in 1 year's time, that will give us $291,200,000 so that we are able to get the resources, land, and other things that we need to be a more self-sustaining community, a more self-sustaining nation. Only 5 cents a day. Look, Sister Shireen and Sister Sandy, I saw this commercial, this appeal the other night. It was to save a, what was it? A snow tiger. We never seen a snow tiger before. They wanted $8 a month to save this snow tiger. You know, they had the picture with him being trapped. I'm like, okay, you see the trap on this tiger, take the trap off. But $8 a month they want for that. This organization raised hundreds of millions of dollars to save animals that are supposed to be extinct. We know that what we're going through here in America as Black people, we could be in that same category. So only $18.20 a year so we can save ourselves. Economicblueprint.org. And yes, we are still, my companies have, companies we're affiliated with have jobs available. So give us a call at 404-438-3156. We have companies that are hiring immediately for security crowd control positions. We have companies that are hiring immediately for retail positions. We have companies that are hiring immediately for landscaping positions. Yeah, I know it's cold outside, but there's some businesses that are still thriving during this time of the year. Or you can email us at atlantajobs2019@gmail.com. And also, we have an event coming up. Do we have our special guest on, Sister Shireen? Our special guest on yet? You're on mute. She's talking.
The issue is, Brother Jaheed, that the camera you're using is muted. So if I put it on voice activation, it won't pick you up. So that's why you keep seeing all of us.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I was asking if our special guest on.
And I said yes.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So because we've been running a little bit behind, we want to be respectful of everybody's time. But before I bring on our special guest to talk about a dynamic event that is happening this weekend in Memphis, Tennessee, I see that our co-partner and co-host of Mind and Money Matters live show has joined us. And today she is celebrating another trip around the sun. She has crossed over into the Rubicon of adulthood. She's now legitimately.
He didn't think you was gonna come on, Sister Sandy. I said we don't take breaks because it's our birthday. We don't do that.
So please help me.
Praise be to Allah. Assalamu alaikum, family.
Give your mother a hug and kiss from us. Let her know that we love her for the sacrifice that she has made. But you have done no work. You just came here. So this is now your time to work. You don't get.
Praise be to Allah. That's actually where I'm headed right now. To give her some flowers.
Yes, ma'am. Praise be to
That's
Allah.
exactly where I'm headed. Please forgive me. I love y'all.
Love you too. Well, as you can see, this is Sandy, Sister Sandy's building the human spirit through the mind of your business with Soul Wisdom International, and that's our contact information. So even if you want to give us some love for her birthday, really her mother's birthday, birthing her, you can acknowledge her and participate in her events. Don't you have another event coming up, Sister Sandy, in December? You're muted.
Yes, ma'am. Y'all know I have the Reiki workshop coming up this weekend, and I'm really excited about that. And I'll have to update the agenda for next year. I'm putting those classes together.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Praise be to Allah. I know the last event in November was absolutely fabulous. I had the awesome opportunity to be pampered by Heaven at, is it Heaven at your, what is it called? The Heaven and Me. Right?
Heaven and Me. The
Right.
Heaven and Me Spa.
Right,
Yes.
the Heaven and Me Spa was last month.
And we
month,
actually have one coming up the 29th. Forgive me.
oh,
We have the Heaven and Me Spa coming up on the 29th. It's going to be in Noonan at the Body of Beauty Spa. Okay. Yes. And then that's on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we're doing the Family Constellation at Strong Box. And that's 1040 West Marietta Street. If you're interested in coming out and joining us with any
for the Body of Beauty.
Yes, ma'am. 12. Yes, ma'am.
And then at the what is it called?
Strong Box.
Strong Box. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. The same location we were at last month for the Heaven and Me. That's for the 30th is for the Family Mapping Constellation.
Okay. Ooh, that was an experience, wasn't that? Wow. That was so powerful, impactful, enlightening, uplifting, all of those wonderful things. I was just a participant, y'all. You know, it was absolutely beautiful. I walked in there with an attitude. Sister Allison, I was like, I don't know what y'all gonna do with me today, because I need some
and we loved on you. Yes, we did.
Y'all did. Y'all loved on me, and I walked out of there with smiles. I was floating on air, all that wonderful stuff. So you enjoy your day with your family, Sister Sandy.
Thank you so much.
Out if you should choose to, but Brother Jahi and I, we do recognize it's your day. So go on and have your day.
Praise be to Allah. I'm gonna be on, and I'll pop in every now and again.
Okay.
Yeah, especially since she's grown now.
Right. Finally, he is finally grown.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, indeed. That's what they say. I'm finally grown.
Finally, she hit that 25 number and just wow, she blew up.
Praise to Allah. Yes, indeed. Love you all both. Thank you all so much for our guests, our hosts, and our guests that are on the line. Thank you so much for joining us, and I'm looking forward to hearing what you're sharing with us today.
Yes, ma'am. Praise be to Allah. Enjoy. Okay, Brother Jahi, you ready for Brother Michael? We see your finger.
Yeah, we're in the lab. So yeah, we're absolutely ready. Absolutely.
Okay, he is being elevated, so you can bring him in.
So, business scientists, we have a special guest on tonight. He hails from Memphis, Tennessee. There is a great event that's happening in Memphis, Tennessee on December the 15th, this Saturday and Sunday. It's a 2-day event, and it's called the Mid-South Training Conference. And
it's actually Friday and Saturday.
Conference.
It's Friday and Saturday instead of supposed to Saturday.
Friday, Saturday. I'm sorry, Friday, Saturday. Yes, Friday, Saturday. So we were honored to be able to get the person who was the brainchild behind this magnificent event to come on this evening and talk about the event, as well as give us some information on how you, within the area of, if you're close by Memphis or even if you're far away, you can join them at this dynamic event. So please welcome Sensei Michael Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Malik Shabazz, sir. How you doing?
Doing fine by Allah's grace. Welcome to Mind and Money Matters live show. We thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to join us this evening to talk about this event. Now, what's the official name of the event that you have going on?
The Mid-South Training Conference. Yes, sir.
Okay, and what can one expect from the Mid-South Training Conference?
Oh man, we got a lot of training going on. We got outside training with my brother Cornelius. We call him Coach Cornelius. We got the ball, we got the ropes, we got all kind of stuff going on, you know, with all kind of training, you know.
Okay, so is this for those that have been training since they were 8 years old and now they're 36? And is it for them only, or is it for that person who heard something about something? Are they able to attend this conference as well?
It's really for everybody. You can you can be a beginner on to a master, like my brother that I'm looking at, which I ain't seen in a long time. How you doing, brother Richard?
Malik, sir, how are you?
I'm good, man. It's good to see you, man.
It's definitely good to be seen. It's also good to see you looking well.
You coming to Memphis?
No, sir. My daughter graduates this weekend from college, so I'll be with her.
Tell him I said congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
When that gift from Uncle Mike.
He says so he'll send you the address to send the gift after the show.
Will do.
So when did you have the idea for this conference?
It started, well, I was training with, started training with Grandmaster in like 2005, probably 1 year earlier than that. I used to drive the final call truck and pick up the final call paper. So I used to go to Chicago every week. And at that time, I decided to train with him. So I trained with Grandmaster every week, going to Chicago. And I say about a couple of years after that, after getting some training in, around 2010, I decided to bring what I seen in Chicago to my city and the surrounding areas, because I knew everybody couldn't go to Chicago like they wanted to. And plus, a lot of people didn't know that it was open to all believers, you know. So 2010 at this community center in Memphis called Hollywood Community Center, and that's how I first started off, you know.
Fantastic. So it's been an easy road, I would imagine, since you first started that venture 8 years ago.
Well, I tell you this, anything worth having is not an easy adventure. A lot gonna test you and put you through some trials. Yes, but it's becoming easier and easier as time go on, you know.
Okay, fantastic. So now give us, those that are listening, who may want to attend, give us the location, the time, the dates, and anything else that you want them to know about this dynamic conference.
All right, Saturday is the piece that we focusing on, because it's mainly for the public in general. It's in Orange Mound Community Center, and I don't have an address here with me, but if you type in on your GPS Orange Mound Community Center, it's easy to find, you know.
Okay, and we will put the flyer up before the end of the show. We do have a flyer, so we will put that up for you, so that those that are watching the broadcast will be able to see all of that pertinent information. And
that starts at
Sister Shireen has the flyer up.
The exercise.
So you can see the information. It's at you said Orange Mound Community Center.
Yeah, there it is.
590 Park Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, 38114.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. There you go. See, Grandmaster.
So, Brother Michael, will you be doing any training? Will you be
Yes,
leading
sir.
any training classes?
Yes, sir. I will be assisting Grandmaster as he do his thing. You know, I'll be assisting along with other senseis and masters as well. They coming from all over, from New York. Professor Chris coming from New York. Sensei Dwayne, well, Captain Dwayne coming. Celeritas, Sensei Celeritas, Sensei Damon. This is gonna be a good show, you know. And it was fantastic. I don't know if you seen anything on Facebook about what we did in Dallas, but it was good in Dallas. It's gonna be good in Memphis, and we just spreading it all over the nation, you know.
Now, is there a MAC fee for this? I didn't notice that on the flyer.
Say that again.
Is there a MAC fee for this?
No, sir. No, ma'am. It's just a registration fee. And registration, you know, you can register online, and also you can wait till you get there to register. And I think that's $60. If I'm not mistaken.
Okay, you gotta tell us that so we know to bring what we need.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
So there's a $60 registration fee.
Yes, ma'am.
And how do they register prior?
You can register online. What's that registration? For the cat?
Okay, you could just make sure you get that information to us before.
NOIMemphis.org. That's what it is. NOIMemphis.org. You can register on that, and also it's also on the flyer as well. Well, you can wait to come at the door and register. You know.
Okay, yes, sir.
And we're gonna have some good food there
too. At the door.
Say it again.
It's the same registration fee at the door?
Yes, sir. It's the same.
Okay, wonderful. And is our illustrious brother student captain in Memphis available to grace us with his presence?
He on another conference call right now, but you know.
Please extend the greetings of Assalamu alaikum to him from us, and we thank him for coming on at such short notice and being accommodating. So we can help. He returned the greetings, but he's just on another call right now. Oh, we understand. Yeah, he's a student captain in Memphis. We know he got business to take care of. Absolutely.
Matter of fact, he had about 5, 6, 10 different conference calls every Monday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Walaikum salam. There he is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Brother Jahi. I'm attending to another conference call as I speak. I got them on mute, but I wanted to jump in and just say I appreciate you and your program, what it represents, and especially this month, the Ministry of Defense. And that's what this training is all about. We have to talk and learn how to defend ourselves, our families, and our community, brother.
Come on now.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. There he is. You heard him say it. All right. Thank you so much, Brother Michael.
Hey, Brother Michael. So
yes, sir.
How easy the training to be, well, not easy, but how important that a basic person that never trained before can attend the seminar and still get a lot out of it.
Now repeat that again, Brother Richard.
He said, how important is it for someone who has not experienced martial arts or trained before to still attend if they so desire?
How important is those who haven't did martial arts before? It's very important. You know, it's very important. You'll find out that you are stronger than what you are, what you think you are. Because most people look at martial arts and think they can't do that. Or they might look at martial arts like, oh, that ain't real. You understand what I'm saying? Well, let me tell you the story. Before I was in a style called Shotokan before I got with Grandmaster, right? And as I'm looking at his videos and I'm seeing the wrist locks and stuff that he's doing, you know, I respected martial arts and I respected what I saw, but it ain't nothing like feeling it yourself. Yes, you understand what I'm saying? Yes. Now, once he put his hands on me, I was like, oh, this is more real than what I thought. You know what I'm saying?
You felt the love.
Say it again?
You felt the love.
Yeah, I felt the love. I felt the love. Yes, ma'am. And, it's a beautiful thing. You can learn a lot about yourself in this training. You know, a lot about yourself. You know where you're weak at. You know where you're strong at. You know where your heart is at. You know.
That's right.
That's what I would say.
Teaching, brother. Teaching.
So, Sensei Michael, you don't have to leave. As a matter of fact, we'll be honored if you would stay with us, because right now, for those that are watching, again, hit the share button, call up your partner in them, and let them know what's about to go down. You are about to get some of those techniques that we need in order to, as Brother Student Captain Anthony said, to protect ourselves, our family, our community, and our nation. You're about to get that demonstration. So to help me bring on our illustrious guest this evening, since she was so humble to give up her time, but we're gonna go right back to her so that we can get a formal hearing from my co-partner in Master the Science of Business Entities LLC, my co-host on Mind and Money Matters live show. This platform was actually her idea. It's something that she's been thinking about for a while, and I'm honored to be one of those that she called up and said, hey, how about let's do X, Y, Z? And you know, I'm the kind of person that if it sounds okay to me, okay, let's do it. So here we are 3 years later, every Monday for the last 3 years, since January 4th, 2016, we have produced a show every Monday, except for 3 times. And those 3 times were the Mondays after Savior's Day, because we were traveling or doing something else at that time. But every Monday, by Allah's grace, we've been able to produce a show bringing to the audience Black business owners in every endeavor, every field that you can think of. We've had business owners in there. That's why some have called this podcast the definitive podcast for Black business bodaciousness. And I am honored to have such an illustrious co-host who is an educator with 20 years plus experience. She's a mother, she's a grandmother, she's a business owner, she's an author, she's a publisher, she's run this, she runs she wears like 8 hats within Master the Science of Business. It's only 12 hats, she has 8 of them. Or my bad, not a hat, a headpiece. She wears 8 headpieces of Master Science of Business. More awareness now, uplifting profitability is the umbrella organization that she formed years ago in order to help get this dynamic information out. Please welcome Sister Shireen Muhammad.
Praise be to Allah. Thank you so much for that. Woo, that was a little bit a lot. That was a little bit a lot, y'all. I'm just trying to use my degrees in the right places. But anyways, I thank you for giving me that powerful introduction. I just want to say more awareness now. It uplifts profitability. When you know better, you do better. Ignorance is not bliss, it's costly. And I want to get right into the show. I mean, it's just, for me, it is so exhilarating to see the believers around the nation and various endeavors, and not just, you know, those who are in the nation, outside of the nation. If you Black, you are right with me. I just want to make sure that we know that we are doing. I just got sick and tired of hearing that we are not doing anything or we don't support one another. And that is so untrue. That is so false. There's so many of us that are being supported by us, and there's so many of us that are getting positive criticism where we're able to tell one another, look, I mean, you would look a little bit sharper if you fix your headpiece. I mean, it's a little slanted here, Sister Shireen. So now I can fix my headpiece and now it looks like it's straight, right? You see how I just, you know, corrected myself with 2 voices talking inside. So I just encourage us that if before, you know, as the most honorable Elijah Muhammad tells us in Message to the Black Man right here, don't you like the colors is red, black, and white, just like the backdrop here. But in Message to the Black Man on page 174, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad tells us what to do in his chapter on the economic blueprints. I don't know how clear it is, but pull it off your shelf, dust it off, read it. It's just 5 points, and one of them is stop the wanton criticism. So that's my more awareness now tip for today. Stop criticizing. If you have a complaint or how about if you have a recognition of something we can do better on Mind Money Matters live show, then inbox us. Let us know. Tell me to wear a pink suit. I'll try to wear it the next time. You know, whatever it is that you would like to see, is help us out by sharing that with us, and don't speak to others who can't do anything about it, because sometimes we like to do things like that. So if we want to make a difference, we get involved, share your business, and email us or inbox us your business if you would like for us to showcase you. We would be happy to do so. For the whole entire month of December, we'll be dealing with the Ministry of Defense. And next month, we have Brother Jahi. He done left. Okay. Don't we have, is it Soldier? I don't want to say the wrong thing. I need a class in the, the language. I had Brother Richard give me a language class about 20 minutes ago, but I don't know if it helped. Cjo. Is it Cjo?
Yes, ma'am. Next
okay.
week.
Right. Cjo Sabir is going to be on next week, and I'm excited about him. But this week we have Renshi, Richard Muhammad, and Grandmaster Malik Shabazz. I can say Grandmaster. It's these other things. Brother Chris, if you watch it, don't beat me up. I love you. May Allah bless you. Okay, Brother Jahi, that's my word, the man up word. Share your positive criticisms, any critiques that you have with Black business owners, so that we can improve. It is our aim and purpose to serve to the best of our ability. May Allah continue to bless us all. Assalamualaikum. Brother Jahi.
Thank you, Sister Shireen. And if you don't mind, will you pull up the illustrious bios of our two guests for this evening? I will attempt to give the audience an introduction of my brother as I know him. He looks like a little boy, looks like he's about 25 years old, wet behind the ears. I remember the first detail we did together was one of these highfalutin celebrity star-studded events, and everyone want to. But we have, when we were planning this show, and I've been wanting to interview my brother for a long time. So when the Ministry of Defense rolled around again this year, I reached out to him, and he graciously accepted to be on the show. He is Renshi, Richard Muhammad. Renshi means he is over the masters. The brother has a very impressive bio, as Sister Shireen is trying to show us. I want her to highlight some of the parts of it, though, because he has not just, what's the word I'm looking for? Read a book about the things he's doing. He actually has tested it and proven it. On the mat, there's several events where he came out the grand champion in. So he definitely has the skills in order to show us what we can do to protect ourselves. When I called him, he said, may I bring another brother on with me? I was like, absolutely. So he told me about Grand Professor Malik Shabazz. I'm like, wow, okay. And saw his impressive bio as well, and we're going to
that was supposed to be my cue, y'all.
Your cue for
the illustrious bio that is
absolutely
that's in the subject line of the email. I said this brother is so powerful. He just gave us the subject line. You remember that, Brother Jackie?
He gave us the what?
The subject. In the subject line is his bio.
Oh, right. Grand Professor, yeah, he put his bio in the subject line. Right, absolutely. So, do you have that up, Sister Shireen?
It's up. There you go. You see it? It says Grand Professor Malik Shabazz, the creator of Streetology Jiu-Jitsu, aka Streetologist, changing what was Suarez, senior student of Kaijo Lil John Davis, 51 years of uninterrupted, he didn't even look 51 years old yet, but 51 years of uninterrupted training, 9th degree black belt.
Yeah.
That's his bio.
Our part is over.
Absolutely. And we happen to be broadcasting live from the lab. Live from the lab of Grad Professor Malik Shabazz. So without any further delay, even if you at home, even if you're driving in your car, take a couple of seconds and give them an applause. Brother Renshi, Richard Muhammad, and Grad Professor Malik Shabazz. Welcome to Mind and Money Matters live show.
Thank you.
Well, we're honored to have you all here. As you know, this is the month of the that we showcase on this show, the Ministry of Defense. And as I mentioned earlier, there's several fronts to defense. Last week, we were with Brother Sharif Muhammad, the student representative of the Nation of Islam, and Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan here in the Southern region, and he shared some dynamic information with us on defending your business. You know, things to look for when the attacks come on your, to prevent the attacks on your business, or what to look for. So today we're dealing with personal, because that's first law of nature, right?
Yes,
self-preservation. Right. So unless we preserve ourselves, then everything else does not matter. It is moot. So first of all, before we, and look, and I tell everyone, you're gonna get some demonstration tonight, so I'm giving you fair heads up. Hit that share button, let people know. We're gonna get some information from our brothers, and then they're going to show us some dynamic techniques that will be useful one day for us, in case we need it. But Brother Richard, how long have you been studying the martial arts?
35.
35 years. So you started before you were born?
No, 42. So I started training in Shroom Karate under Renshi Larry C. Tanks in Chicago. I started with Grandmaster Anthony in 1995 when he moved from New York to Chicago, and I continue to train with both of them today. Very good student there as I teach at their dojos when I go to the cities. My current big brother instructor, the Grand Professor, Malik Shabazz, he is showing me different aspects of what I already know and learn of the martial arts. He's showing me how to make my punches more effective, my locks more devastating. Wow. Situational awareness. When I'm exiting my car, exiting my home, he's showing me how to protect yourself from a knife attack, a gun attack, just to always be on red alert. And that's what we're working on. And he's definitely opened my eyes to a lot of good things that I want to share with the world. I share with my dojo in Fairburn. I share with the brothers in Chicago. They come down, they train with Grandmaster Malik, and we get it in. And it's a realistic aspect of destroying your opponent. He's teaching us the pressure points, how to take the eyes out, how to break the knees in the proper spot on your knee, of course, you know.
How to break the knees in a proper manner. Like there's an improper manner of breaking the knees.
Just so much information. We call ourselves martial
Yes,
science.
sir. Yes, sir.
What science are you really teaching? What are you
Good
teaching in
question.
the dojo?
Good question.
You're teaching how to do a low block or downward block, a four-fist punch that's done incorrectly, that's not going to break the bone. If somebody attacked me, they're not going to attack me by themselves. They're going to attack me in a group. So I need to be able to isolate each opponent individually, to hurt them individually, so I can get home safe.
Yes,
and that's what the Grand Professor, Grandmaster Malik, introduced to me of my martial training.
Yes,
he
sir.
has over 50 years of training. I got 35 years in, and when I met this brother, I had to submit and put on the white belt.
Yes, sir.
You know, it was very
That's humility. Yes, sir.
And over time, we started training more together. He was like, hey, you know, I understand you're 6 dan, you got the fancy belt on, the black and red belt, but he said, does that really define you? Does that make you a martial artist? Does that make you a great fighter? It doesn't. So I took that belt off and I just wear a black belt. Because what makes me a fighter was in my heart and was in my mind. And that was around my waist. And a lot of us get caught up in that.
Get caught up in the colors.
So my waist.
So we be set tripping?
Yeah, we be set tripping, man. It's not about that, because at the end of the day, what's going to get you home safely is true live martial combat. You need that. You don't need to put a belt on. You don't need to be a yellow belt, green belt, purple belt, brown belt, black belt, red belt. None of that stuff matters when you're on the street. What's matter on the street is your heart and your mind. You gotta have the mind of violence. It's one of the books we're studying right now. If you have a weak heart, you're not gonna be able to defend yourself, your family, your nation. You can't do it. You know, you're gonna run from every opportunity. If somebody try to attack you, your heart and your spirit gotta be there. And that's what we're developing now. We're developing the mind, we're developing the heart. We're training, we're doing a lot of repetition to get it going. So that's, you know, I really don't want to take too much of your time with that, boring you guys. With,
No, that's not boring at all.
Rhetoric. I want to introduce my big brother.
Yes, sir. Please do it. Like I said, we are in the lab at Streetology Jitsu. We are in the lab with the grand professor, Malik Shabazz. Please give us, you already said some things, but please give us some more history of the grand professor before we get to him directly.
He's been training with Kaijo, Soke Little John Davis for an extremely long time. He was workout partner with Grandmaster Anthony Muhammad, which is his big brother in art as well. My big brother, they've been around and they've been developing systems for years. And him and Brother Anthony was actually the two fighters. We call it the pyramid. So when you see a lot of the black belts out doing demonstrations, they're doing wrist throws, arm bars, whatever you have it, the big brother Malik and brother Grandmaster Anthony was out actually fighting people in tournaments and winning.
Yes, sir. Yes,
sir. Not scared to get hit, and not scared to get hit.
Right.
So that's what drew me to both of them over the years. Is these are guys that actually physically got into a combat situation and fought tournament street. They're from New York, so you know what kind of stuff goes on in New York. So saying that means that we can do and practice martial arts all day, every day. We can work katas, we can work blocks, we can work punches. But until you actually have to apply it, what do you really know? And this brother's bringing it out of me.
Wonderful.
So I'm glad to be around my big brother.
Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Welcome to Mind and Money Matters live show.
First, I'd like to just say thank you for having me. I truly appreciate this.
Oh, we're honored,
it's always
sir.
A pleasure.
We're honored.
I'd like to just say that I want to give a huge thanking and us to my teacher, Grandmaster Soapy Little John Davis, and my brother, my dojo brother, and my brother by another mother, Grandmaster Anthony Muhammad. I'd like to just say us to y'all first and foremost.
Yes.
The next thing I'd like to say is that everything evolves. Nothing stays the same. So must our training. And as we mature chronologically, we are not going to be able to do the same things we did 20 and 30 years ago, and we shouldn't be able to. We should be at another level. So what I've decided to do through my training is paint my own picture, so to speak. And my picture is to be able to be destructive with the less is more principle. Again, as we mature, we're going to lose certain things, our speed, our muscle, etc. But you can always have your entries, you can always have your flow of movements, and you can always have devastating power. And I don't mean going to the gym lifting weights and those type of power. I'm talking about internal power. So what I've created is, and I put together this thing with all of these information that I have around us, is a devastating, straight to the point, intense, get home at night offense. I don't say defense, because defense means you gotta wait for somebody to attack.
Mm-hmm.
No, sir. When I feel the energy coming,
okay,
I attack the attack.
Okay.
And if by chance you wanted to know the time, but you didn't know how to come at me the right way, I'm sorry. But with that
so you must know the proper way to ask for the time when you run it up on Brother Malik or any of his students. And since you don't know who they are, just learn how to properly ask. What time is it, sir?
You know what it is now. Let me just say that we're in the lab, and the lab is not a dojo. The lab is a laboratory, short for laboratory, but it also means learning, adapting, and breath. That's what the lab.
I like that. Learning, adapting, and breath.
Yes,
okay.
That's what the lab
all
means.
Right.
And in the lab is we really don't wear any gis, we don't have any belts, we just come in here and we just get it in. And I call people that I train my training brothers, because we always learn something. We all have something to offer. So while we training, I might see Brother Richard do something. I say, oh man, repeat, let me see that again. I just got something from him. You know, so we always have something to get from each other. And I choose to turn the terminology around, and I don't call any one of my students, I say we're training partners. As you get more into the spiritual part of your training, you should be more humble.
I was just thinking that.
Thinking
that those that I know that are at that next level,
Yes, sir.
in the martial sciences or martial arts or martial sciences, they are the most humble
Yes.
people that you would ever meet.
Yes.
So that is a part of the ascension,
Yes, sir.
I would say.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You have to evolve. You know, most people, for myself, when I got into martial arts, I wanted to learn how to fight better.
Yes.
You know, I wanted to kick up to the ceiling.
Right.
But as time evolves, you know, we start to get into the emotional side and the spiritual side as well. And that's like a whole nother level, because you can't just win tournaments and think that you can get into the emotional and the spiritual side. That's a whole nother growth in itself. But as we mature and we do our research, because that's important, knowing exactly what it is that we're doing. And as we learn the science of knowing where to attack, and I'm going to talk about that a little later on after we go through a little something. That's the thing that's important. As when you know where to attack, the angles of attack, and your condition properly, woo, that's a nice combination.
Okay. Oh, I'm looking forward to the demonstration. Now, the name of your program that you have is called Streetology.
Yes, sir.
Please give us a little background about Streetology.
Well, ology, as you know, is a Greek terminology that means the study of.
Yes, sir.
So that study of is the street. And coming out of Harlem and in the Bronx, I wanted to be able to adapt to the environment that I come out of. In Japan, they train for the environment that they live in. You see, so everybody has an environment that they come out of, and you want to be able to survive in the environment that you come out of or that you're living in. So Streetology Jiu-Jitsu is exactly the science of how to get home with the less is more quickly. And Jitsu, we use that science. So that's the science part. And when we get into the Kyusho Jitsu, which is the damaging the nervous system.
Fantastic. All right. So you all let me, before we do, how can they contact you, Brother Richard, to participate in what you're doing? And also, Brother Malik, how can you be contacted?
You can always just give me a text. My cell phone number is 708-269-0952, and we can give you the locations on the days and times of the training. That's really the best way to do it.
Okay, repeat that number again.
708-269-0952.
All right, thank you. And Brother Malik?
No calls after midnight.
After midnight.
You can reach me at my email is streetology2011@gmail.com. That's the best way to reach me, because if I give you my phone number, I travel a lot and I'm always training. I train literally every single day. I train because it's not just a curriculum to this; it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
And so again, streetology2011@gmail.com.
All right, wonderful. So, business scientists, are you all ready to get some techniques to help you out? I think my brothers, they've been ready. We've been here for a minute, so they've been ready. So you can watch as they get set up in the lab.
Okay, let me just explain what you're witnessing here is my experience in training. And I was a bare knuckle champion as well as a point fighter. I experimented in the kickboxing arena. And one of the things that I've learned is that all the things that we can't do in MMA and the sports aspect is what I do. So you see my Renshi brother here with the helmet on because we contact. So we don't stop, we're not stopping short of. If I had to use this tonight, would have worked as my model. So what you're gonna see is the brother has on boxing gloves because I'm giving him permission to punch me directly in my face. There's no stopping short of. Because if they're punched in the face in the street or someone's attacking me in the street, they're not gonna stop short of. So in here in the lab, there's only a few of us that can put on this helmet, put on the gloves, and I can say to them, and they say to me, punch me directly in my face. So that's what we're doing. Richard has all the permission for me to punch me directly in my face. Okay?
Are y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? This is real. This is real.
It worked. That's good. That's good. That's good.
I feel like that cameraman on Cheaters.
That's good. So,
all right. So what just happened there?
Okay, let me. You can take off that helmet. You can take off that. You got it.
So a lot of times in the dojo, we're trained and we're talking about degrees of focus, 5 degrees of focus, stopping 1 inch from the opponent, 1 inch from the body, touching the clothing, touching the body, hit, hurt, hit, kill. So over the years, we just do this a lot. So we're not used to making physical contact.
Right.
So now we get into a street fight. We never hit nobody. 2 things happen. We either stop the punch unconsciously or we break our wrists because we're not hitting body. So what we do in the lab, we actually hit each other so we can know how I feel on the street because that's what we're training for. Why are we training? For a red belt or we training to get home at night? I'm training to get home.
Yes,
training for it.
What I did is, once he shoved me, we're gonna go to the slope, and then he attacked. We always attack the attack. So what I did is I broke his fist with my elbow. I poked him in the eye. I struck him right here on gallbladder 32. This is where in boxing, they call it the rabbit punch. You're not allowed to strike. So when I touched him here, I pull him in, and I'm just elbowing him, headbutting, kneeing him, opening up going to the spleen 6. These are all pressure points here. What happens is as the nervous system starts to react, they call them alarm points. So every time I hit him at one point, I catch him at another point, I'm hitting him in stomach 3. This will shut his sinus cavity down. So every time I hit him in a pressure point, the body will overwhelm and black him out. He'll get knocked out, get all these different strikes. So when we move around, it's with intent. It's with intent. Right. So every time the person attacks, we attack the attack. If he comes out empty hand, we attack and attack. If he comes out with knives, we're gonna move moderately so you can see. If he attacks, lunges at me, I'm filleting him. I'm filleting him. What I mean? I'm sticking him. Once I stick him, he's gonna want to pull back, and I pull out. You understand? Again, he slashes, I fillet him. Always attack the attack.
Yes.
Good work, good work.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, for those that are watching, from both of you, those that are watching, they don't have 35 years or 35 days of training. But we know this is a dangerous time of the year.
Okay, your mic went out, Brother Jahi. I know where you are. You were saying that your feed might be low, but I see that your mic went out and you are frozen. That's probably a internet issue, y'all. So we hope they get back on. But I'm saying we need a camera. I'm texting them right now. We need a real camera. So any photographers out there, that you know that this is what you do, you can sign up and assist, because we're having real live demonstrations, and the things that may work for stationary situations won't work for the real live movement. So inshallah, that person will raise their hand and stand up and let us know who you are and step on in and assist, so that we can bring this information free of charge to us, so we know what we are doing and be inspired to get in the game and do what Allah has put on our hearts to do. That's what this show is about. Mastering the Science of Business, Mind and Money Matters is the discussion, and we do demonstrations when we can. So you see the information. You can come live. That will be on the 15th, this Saturday, 1 to 4 in Memphis, Tennessee. And the address is right above my head and over here. There you go. If you want to register, it is a $60 registration fee, and Grandmaster Anthony is on the there to be, I guess, the main attraction. So definitely worth every single bit of the $60. You can go to noimemphis.org, noimemphis.org. You can also register for the online university as we await Brother Jahi coming back in. You can go to the online university. I'm gonna get that information for you in just a second, so that you can get training while you're away from the physical class from Grandmaster Anthony Muhammad. And let's see, I'm gonna pull that up. And if you have any questions for anyone that's on, you could type it in Facebook. Those of you who are on Zoom, you could type your questions in Zoom. I'm just looking for the university link. Okay, so it's vskuniversity.com. That was simple. vskuniversity.com, and I'm going to type that in to where you can sign up for the online classes. It is 7:32. I know they were not finished. I know Brother John, he was trying to call back in. And we greatly appreciate your patience. There she is, Sister Sandy. Yay! Yeah, but Brother Jahi got cut off. And I know he was
That's what happened.
Yes, the fast moving. I said we need a real camera. We need a cameraman. So will the real cameraman raise your hand so that when we have these demonstrations, we can have the real camera that can handle that speed? Because when those brothers started moving, so the camera that Brother Jahi was using was struggling to keep up. So that videographer, where are you? Stand up. And I gave him the information for the university.
All right. The signal is not very good too. I think it's because of the weather.
Right. The weather is terrible. You know, so what I can say, since it has seemed like it's been a few minutes since they've been gone, I know we have Steve or Sabir coming on next week, and maybe we can have those two brothers back again if they had some additional demonstrations. And I'm not sure if we will have demonstrations next week, but if we do, we need that cameraman.
Indeed. That's some exciting stuff.
Yes, I'm putting the word out because we will more than likely be live again next week. And the speed is just what it is. It is what it is. You're talking about brothers who've been training for, 30, 40, 50, 60, plus years. So they certainly have mastery of what it is that they do. And the camera needs to be able to keep up with that. It needs a professional camera. So is there anything else? But Brother Jack is calling me. Yes, sir.
Are they at?
Got it. So they are on. All right.
Praise be to God.
Okay, got you. Okay, this is how we do modern tech.
Praise be to Allah.
All right, we back.
We back.
Battery don't
you just need the land. You need the landscaper, Brother Jahi. Yes. Okay.
There we go. Okay.
There we go. I was trying to fill in. I was making up stuff.
Well, tell them about, Sister Ray, you trained with us. Tell them about the training.
Oh my goodness. I think it's awesome. They try to take care of me, y'all, because I'll be like, oh wait, hold up.
No holding back because of the headpiece.
Okay, now check this out.
And then, they make me put on a gi, they make me get dressed, they work me out, they teach me all the things that I need to know. And now I think I'm going to be elevated to some personalized classes. It's just, so I can get back in shape by Allah's grace and permission. But I think it's definitely, working with Brother Richard, Renshi, Richard. I'm going to learn these.
Brother Richard is fun. Like that type
of brothers done elevated to these higher languages. But I'm going to get used to the language. Anyway, very kind, very humble, knows what he's talking about. I recommend his classes definitely for women and children and brothers. I mean, really, he literally does have 6. So you need to fall in line and get your training.
Okay, let me ask, where do we, Grand Professor was showing us his filleting technique. Did you all?
Oh
did
yeah,
we
yeah,
get
I heard the word filleting. I heard, I wrote it down.
But did it show? Did we get the filleting technique? That they were about to talk
Yeah,
about
right.
that.
He did show it.
Okay.
This camera is showing up a lot clearer,
Okay.
so he can show it again. People want to see. People want to see it again. I don't know about you. I need to see the demonstration from the left to right. and then I'm like, okay, so let me try it. Let me try it on this side. Let me try it on this side. And then I feel like I got it, right?
The classes are for.
So in this class right here, they can demonstrate it one more time if you don't mind.
Oh, there we go. Okay. The people are asking for another demonstration to
right.
slow down the technique.
I'm gonna exit my camera out. But this one, this view is a lot clearer, brother.
Yes, with the knife. Oh, the question I was asking is for those before the camera went dead, is for those that have not been training, for extended periods of time, but this is a very dangerous time of the year, and we see a lot of people violating. One of the biggest violations that I see is people leaving the stores or walking from a building to the car, and their head is buried in the cell phone. I mean, you're just screaming, victimize me, victimize me. So once you show that technique again that was asked for, also talk about some things that those that are watching can do to start protecting themselves until they get to your classes.
Well, I think, I teach a prevention. Awareness and prevention is key.
Yes.
Because if you never have to get into a scrap, that's the best self-defense there is. So awareness is key. For instance, if you're driving to the mall and it's in the daytime and you know you're going to be there for a couple of hours, automatically you should be parking underneath a light, because as you come out a couple of hours later, it's going to be dark. So these are just some of the things that we already know, but we don't pay attention to. If you're feeling a little nervous and you're feeling like the goosebumps is up, pay attention to that. That's our body, that's our spirituality kicking in. Pay attention to it. Don't say, I ain't going to go. If you got to listen to music, keep one in your ear.
That's right. Yes. Right.
If you need to make a phone call, stop, pull over. You don't have to walk and be on the phone. Just put your back against a wall and use the phone. If you have the thing that will help us to prevent having to get into a situation, because it's all about awareness. Awareness is key. And being able to avoid a situation is the best self-defense, red belt, grand, super grandmaster you could be.
I would say with the women, shorter purse straps when they're shopping in the holiday season. If they are buying multiple gifts, because if they're doing the Christmas thing, I would have maybe a larger bag I can put everything in so I can swiftly get to my vehicle, things like that. I would look, when you leave the mall, I would look around before I go to my car, just to see who's in the parking lot, who's doing what. Because it could be some guys standing here, some guys standing there, or it could be actually guys by your car waiting on you. Atlanta is one of the biggest cities that a lot of kidnapping is going on. So definitely got to watch. You got to put your phone in your pocket. Focus, get straight to your car. I wouldn't hesitate when you step out the store. I see this a lot. People come out the door, and they sit there on their phone like this. Now they're in the empty parking lot and it's all black. What can happen? Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Yes, sir.
We have tactical pens. These tactical pens are literally pens, but they're heavy and they have a point on them. They're made for situations to get out of. So if somebody's striking at you, if somebody grabs you up, knowing how to use a pen, it could be a regular ballpoint pen. This will help you to get out of danger. So these are just one of the many tools that we use in Streetology Jitsu. Back in the days, there were samurai swords, but now we use pens. So it's food for thought.
Fantastic. That's what I'm talking about. And those are things that we have on us anyway.
Yes, yes. And I just want to say this also. If you never trained before, this is this Streetology Jitsu is prime, because you don't have to worry about, I don't do rolls and I don't do throws anymore, because in a multiple attack situation, if you lift somebody up off their feet, you got two other people that's going to be running after you, so that's not a good thing. If you're going to throw someone and you got two hands on one arm and you do the multiple attack situation, you're going to be in a world of trouble. So what I did is I made a different type of painting, if you will, to be able to eliminate a lot of the things that we do in the dojo with the nice mats and the pretty gis and the pretty belts and the well-lit plates. We're in a nice, this right now is chilly in here. So it's cold, this is concrete, you know.
Hard, cold concrete.
And, you know, sometimes we'll throw the knives and the sticks on the floor, because in the street, you're gonna have broken glass, you're gonna have dog mess on the ground, you know, who knows? You can't be distracted and look down to move something off the ground in the street, because that can cost you your life.
Yes, sir.
So these are just some of the things that we do here in the lab. Learning, adapting, and breath.
Learning, adapting, and breath. Again, give us, how do they contact you?
Streetology 2011 at gmail.com. Streetology 2011 at gmail.com.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. So you were going to show that filleting technique again?
As he pulls, I slow, because they can see. No. What happens is, as he sticks me, I redirect. In Streetology Jiu-Jitsu, we only redirect block. So as he sticks me, I stick this knife in him, and as he goes, I pull it out. So we rip and tear. If he sticks me and I fillet up, see? So I stick him in the arm, pull it out, and I cut off. Hit him in the stomach 5. This is where most boxers get knocked out. You got large intestine number 18. If you strike somebody real hard, then your blood pressure drops. Those are knockout shots, just to name a few. I can't give it all away.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what one of the things that impresses me as well is I see the charts. So you understand in this science, you understand the body.
Yes, sir.
So
yes.
A true martial scientist can be a surgeon as well, right?
Yes.
Because you know the bodies and you know what the effects of a strike or a hit on that part of the body will do.
And the part that's most imperative here is that you can destroy, they call it the destructive cycle, and you have the healing cycle. So if you knock somebody out in the dojo, let's say, you should know how to revive them. And we're certified CPR. Every black belt should be a certified CPR if you're teaching in the dojo. And if you're not, you should have it anyway, because black belt and martial arts is so much bigger than just being able to kick and punch or throw and roll. It's a healing process too. You know, back in the days when your grandmother, when you had a boo-boo, your grandmother didn't go to CVS.
No,
she
sir.
went to the vegetable bin if you're a particular age.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Put it on there in a couple of days. It was gone.
You were good.
So
yes.
Brand, we should be thinking about being able to heal as well. It's not just about destruction.
Wonderful.
Yes,
wonderful. All right. Fantastic. So there's something else that you all wanted to share with the business scientists before we?
Absolutely. Guess you guys should start training right away.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely.
If you guys have never trained before, just to give you an idea, we started with a lot of cardio and conditioning and boxing. So everybody can do it. You're standing on your feet, learning how to punch. I think you guys should, you don't have to train with us, but you should train with somebody.
Yes.
You know, you don't have to train with us, you can train with somebody.
Get training. And Grand Professor, we were having a conversation before we got started, and you mentioned something. I asked you who your market is. and you said it is the adults.
Yes.
So I like the perspective that you talked about. So please give us that perspective of adults training.
A lot of adults, particularly if you're a particular age or you have injuries, you don't like to get into jiu-jitsu because you think you got to be rolling around, you think you have to be throwing and get thrown. It's not true. If you want to learn how to do the martial science and you want to know how to just get out of, just get out of certain situations, because remember this, no matter who you are or what rank you have or how long you've been training, you're a human being first. And whenever we get accosted, we're going to go into what's called stress inoculation. Stress inoculation, AKA fear sets in. Your heart's going to race, your mouth's going to go dry, and you're going to get the shakes. Every human being on the planet Earth is going to go through that. And if you don't, something's wrong with you, okay? But you got to be able to train with intent and being able to deal with stress inoculation. So with what we do in here in the lab is that we do the less is more principle. Because under stress inoculation in a multiple attack situation, I don't have time to do 5 and 10 movements on one individual when there's a multiple attack situation. So with knowing how to the science and being in condition, I gotta say this again, being in condition, because if you don't have breath, you can't fight.
Can't do nothing without breathing,
have
right?
Some type of conditioning, and I stress that because everything that we base this on is holistic. You gotta be able to be healthy, and you gotta be able to have some breath in you. So we always start off slow, and if you're an adult with an injury, I guarantee you I can work with you. See, because you don't have to work you need to work on what you do have available and don't worry about what you don't.
Wonderful. Thank you. I see you have some material there to share with us.
We have hoodies, we have t-shirts. This is hieroglyphics.
Beautiful. Yes.
We have multiple kinds. We have different t-shirts. This says Streetology Jitsu. And this says Comite Wu, which is Master Little John Davis's system that I came from, which is my spine. And this symbol right here is from West Africa.
Yes, yes.
Okay? And it means internal knowledge. And this right here means Ikinasui, which means one strike, one kill.
Wonderful. And those can be purchased?
Yes, sir. We have all different types, all different colors. We got hats for the winter. We got baseball caps.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so
I like that. See, that's the business
yes,
of the marketing side. You got to let people know. Oh, wonderful.
And we're coming out with our own pens.
Okay. Own pens. Wow. Are you able to write with them as well?
Yes, sir. You can write with them.
Okay.
They screw out.
Okay, fantastic.
Yes,
well, brothers, we are so honored on behalf of Mind and Money Matters live show, my co-host, Sister Sandy Buford Muhammad and Sister Shireen Muhammad. We thank you so much for sharing what your vast years, 85 years together, experience, 86 years of experience. Just that little bit right there make me want to, hey, y'all got to go sign up. It is Streetology, Street, STREETOLLOGY, Streetology 2011 at gmail.com. You must send our brother your name and contact information so his staff will get back with you and you can begin that training process to save yourself, your family, your community, and your nation. We thank you again. And also, brother Sensei Michael is still on. You can always go to noimemphis.org and sign up for the dynamic training seminar that is happening in Memphis on December the 15th, 2018. I am Jahi, Mr. Communicator Muhammad with Master the Science of Businesses, Mind and Money Matters live show, Falah Worldwide. We thank you so much. I don't see my co-hosts. I don't know what happened to them, but it's one of those days, y'all. We bear through, we work through the trials and the tribulations, but we're committed to bringing you this information.
Here, so we just wanted to make sure that they had a full screen. I can't. Normally, what we do is use voice activation, y'all. That's what we do. And since Brother Jahi is using 2 different devices for the voice, we couldn't use voice.
Right, 3.
Go through the demonstration.
All right. Oh, so on that point though, see, this is classic segue, a good segue into 2019 with Master the Science of Business, Money and Mind Matters live show. We're moving up, y'all. You know, sometimes the technology may not seem like it, but now we know we got to invest in a camera and a cameraman. But your support through this platform by sponsorship will help us do just that, along with the contracts that we have for the consultations that we do, the contracts for the emceeing that we have coming up, as well as for the training sessions that we have. So 2019, by Allah's grace, every year we've been able to take it to a higher and higher level, and there's no difference for 2019. So stand by. I mentioned last week, and I forgot to mention it this week, Master of Science of Business is hiring as well. We're looking for people on a contract basis to help with marketing, to help with producing, to help with several other areas. So you want to find in producing this show. So if you want to find out how you can be of assistance, please contact us at 404-438-3156. If you want to be a part of this movement of Mind and Money Matters live show. And he thought he was going to get away, but we got him in. My big brother, Reginald, he's been operating the camera. He was on his Facebook Live as well, helping us spread the word. This is my comrade in the streets. We've been running these streets of Atlanta for a long time on different type of details. I mean, it's been all good. It's been some dynamic stuff. And as you see, he is supporting his brothers and training, right? One of the training partners with his brothers. And so everybody is welcome to come on board and join. So please contact the brothers at the respective numbers and contact information that they gave. All right, that's it for me, Sister Shireen and Sister Sandy. I'm out.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Week number 3 in the month of December with the Ministry of Defense with Steve Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum.